I'm always amazed at God's creation in that you see things like the Oregon coast. You forget the politics of Oregon for one thing, but it's such a diverse landscape: mountains, oceans, coast, fields of wheat that go for miles and miles and miles, open ranches. And all of this is just, to us, it's very beautiful and it fills the eye. And so I think that God is very good that he gave us this great big world to live in.
Well,
And it's
John,
not overpopulated.
well,
That's obviously a political agenda. You can't drive across any of those states and say that this is an overpopulated world.
okay, well, let me ask you then. So the left, meaning the population control enthusiasts and the environmental wackos, I mean activists, they would have to concede that there is plenty of space in a lot of states, middle America, for massive populations to use, to move to live in, or whatever. How do they respond to that? What do they still push their agenda? It's not going to change their minds. What do they say? They say, okay, I'll give you that. There's a lot of space, but we still need less people on the planet, or there's still, go ahead. How do they respond?
Well, part of the agenda is they want fewer people. I
Right.
mean, I think that's pretty clear. And if you watch what's happened in Europe, they say, well, we're running out of resources. We don't have electricity and that type of thing. So, David, I'm telling you, in California, especially, like up in the northern part of California where nobody lives, there's nobody. You get north of Sacramento and in the Bay Area a little bit, there's nobody up there. I mean, the huge trees, the redwoods and everything. But then we also noticed that there were these solar farms up through California, and these solar farms covered hundreds and hundreds of acres. But now we see these solar farms, but we also saw one that was being decommissioned, and it was just a bunch of junk for hundreds of acres in the desert. And it's affecting the temperature in those areas because of the way they reflect and retain heat from the sun.
Oh my goodness.
And so it's this agenda. And so what they're doing is they're moving everything to these renewables. Right now in our country, 30 to 40% of all electricity generation that's being constructed or fixed are renewable, solar and wind, but they don't run all the time.
Hmm.
I mean, I live in Ohio. If you have solar here, good luck getting it to run during the winter when you really need it. And so we've seen these blackouts like in Spain and Portugal and the UK recently because they don't have the continuous baseload power that they need. And it's part of an agenda. And I don't know what they're doing. I mean, we used to joke in my class that I taught at another church. They would go camping. And I'm like, I'm not going camping. And they go, why? I said, the whole struggle of civilization has been to rise above living like you're camping. And I don't want to go back to that. I like the color TV. I like the fact that the remote control and the color TV might need new batteries. That, to me, that's roughing it.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a beautiful country. It's a great country. There are a lot of great people out there. I spoke at a few churches on the way, but it's huge. America is huge, but we have people that are designing the systems not to work.